Yeah, I hope you are able to see the screen, isn't it?
No, sir, we can't see the
No,
screen.
sir.
You're not able to see. Okay, just a minute. Now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir.
Okay, fine. So actually, in the syllabus, we completed till except what is that methods of parameter passing. Only this topic is not covered, but to understand that, I think pointers are important. So what I'm trying to do is let me talk about up to certain points, maybe till here, right? Because still here only functions is important. You can read out. We just wanted to understand what is a pointer and how do you use the pointers for the interfunction communication, because functions topic is over. Then again the topic called pointer to pointers, then compatibility, L and right value, then array of pointers. Okay, array of pointers, because arrays until unlike covered, I cannot explain the array of pointers. Okay, only this topic I will leave. In that case, again pointer arithmetic will discuss, and passing an array is also okay. Okay, till here we'll discuss. Otherwise, only this first line. I'll take the first line for today's class. Again, we'll jump back to the arrays. Okay, so that it is easy to understand the left out topic in the unit 2 as well as an arrays. So today's topic is purely on the pointers. Again, when I come back to the pointer, we'll start from the wherever we left today. So introduction to the pointers is my topic for today's class. Anybody knows because there are 2 or 3 members they said they already undergone the course of C programming. So anybody knows the definition of a pointer?
It is a variable which stores the address of another way.
It is a variable which stores
The address of another variable.
Okay, very good. So it is right. So remaining students, just I wanted to tell you before I enter into the pointers. In the very beginning, classes, I said whenever you perform a declaration statement, maybe some int a something like that, and a is equal to 10. So in a computer, the moment you declare int a, so I said there will be how many bytes will be allocated? How many bytes? Is it not 4 bytes?
4.
Isn't it? So assuming that the starting byte will be 1000, 1001, sorry. Yeah, 1001, 1002, 1003. So out of the 4 bytes, assuming this is my first byte, what will be the address of this first byte? What is the address? Is it not 1000? Isn't it? Recollect, whenever there is a declaration is going to happen, the memory is allocated. In that memory, even though it is the 4 bytes, but ultimately what is the starting address? 1000, isn't it?
1000. Yes, sir.
So this 1000 is also called the basically the starting address or a base address of the given memory location. But right now, if at all, whenever you wanted to update some contents at 1000 address, generally what do we do? Scanf we generally use, right? Scanf percentile %t. Then what do you write? Ampersand, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
So what is this ampersand indicates? Because I have not discussed so far, only the procedure or the syntax I explained, but ampersand I never mentioned. Now today I just wanted to tell you what is this ampersand indicates. So whenever you declare some variable a, 4 bytes of memory is allocated where the starting address will be 1000, and this address will be allocated by the OS randomly. Okay, it is not in our control. I just wanted to have a certain kind of address. It is not possible. It is a random allocation. But ultimately, if you wanted to print percentile A, what do you print here? Suppose after the scanf, user might type 20. Suppose, then what is going to happen? This entire 4 locations 20 is going to be occupied, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
A minute. Yeah, whenever a scanf percentile ampersand is done, when user types 20, so all the 4 locations will be filled with a value 20. So strictly speaking, it will be 20 indicates, if you write 20, it will be like in a binary format. You can write something like this, isn't it? So can I write 10100? Is it not 20? Yes or no? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because how many? What is the length of this binary number now? Is it not 5? Length.
5.
But actually, how much length? 4 bytes means what is the length? 4 bytes is equal to how much length in terms of the bits? Is it not 32 bits?
8 into 4, yes.
Yeah. So how many zeros I need to append? 32 minus 5, 27 zeros I need to append, isn't it?
7.
So out of this,
Yes, sir.
generally there are two kinds of processors available in the market. One processor is called Big Endian. The name Big Endian, not Indian, it is an Endian, okay, END. Then Little Endian. There are two things are there. So out of this, 5, 1, 2, 3. Can I consider it as a 1 byte? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So I think remaining here from here onwards, all these 3 bytes are of zero value. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So generally, can I write it is the least significant byte? Least significant byte. Can I call the rightmost? Can I call this location as the least significant byte? Means if something is going wrong here, the error will be less. If something is going wrong in this side, the error will be more. So you can call it the MSB, most significant byte. The way you call digit, it's a byte, isn't it? Generally, you call in this number, this is called LSB bit, this is called MSB, isn't it? LSB stands for least significant bit. MSB stands for most significant bit. It indicates if I am going to lose 0, at least you will get a 10. If you lose this one, you are going to get only 4. So from this 20, getting 10 is better or 4 is better? You tell me.
10.
When actual value is 20, the getting value 10 is better or 4 is better?
10.
In terms of error, 10 is better, no?
Yes.
Isn't it? So that is the reason the significance of the position actually. This position will give you a least significant because error is less. This position is called most significant because error is more. So the way you talk about right and most bits, some name least significant bit and most significant bit. Even when you talk in terms of the bytes, we call it as least significant byte, rightmost 8 bits. Leftmost 8 bits are called most significant byte. Is it okay? So coming to the Big Endian, when the memory is allocated for 4 bytes, now the question is 1000, this is 1001, this is 1002, this is 1003. Just a minute. Nobody is there. Okay. Now the thing is, you tell me what should I save here? Should I save the MSB or least significant byte or most significant byte? You tell me. You have anything possible? Yes or no? You can save least significant byte here, then all zeros, right? 0, 0, 0. Each 0 indicates 8 zeros actually here. Understood or not?
Yes.
So this indicates 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. So because this indicates 5. So 5 will be represented by total 32 bits. The most significant bit is stored at which address? Highest by address, no? Higher address. Most significant byte. Lower address. Least significant byte. Isn't it? Out of 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003, which one is the lower address? 1000 or 1003? Respond. Out of the 4 bytes, if there are 4 addresses, which one will be the lower address? 1000 or 1003?
1000.
Yeah, at the 1000, what you are storing? Are you storing the least significant byte or most significant byte in this particular example?
Least significant byte.
Yeah, whenever a lower address is going to be stored with a least significant byte, we call it a Little Endian processor. Little Endian processor. When it is the reverse, higher address, LSB, lower address, MSB. It is called Big Endian. Is it okay? Both are possible. Ultimately, when you wanted to extract the data, all the 4 bytes together will give you the magnitude, isn't it? Agree or not?
Yes.
Okay. So what I wanted to tell you from this example is, you forget about the little endian and big endian. The moment a variable is created, you are going to get 4 bytes of allocation. Now I am not writing that, it's a 4 bytes will be allocated. The name is A, it has also got some address, isn't it? Remaining 3 addresses are implicit, which I am not writing. And whenever you try to print as %d A, and assuming that 20 is already there in this particular memory, what is the output you are going to get after this printer? What it is going to print? Is it not 20? Yeah, very good. Then if I am going to write printf %d %a, what it is going to print? For the first time I am
Address
using
of
the
A.
ampersand symbol. Yeah, the output will be 1000.
1000.
Yeah, so the 1000 what the allocated by the operating system, which we have no control over it, but you wanted to see the address of the variable, definitely there is a possibility by attaching an ampersand, no? It's called ampersand operator, which you just write adjacent to the variable name, you'll get the address. So that is the reason whenever scanf you write the computer should know whatever data you are typing to which address it is going to place. So that is the reason ampersand is compulsory in a scanf. In a printf, if you are interested only the contents, don't keep ampersand. If you are not interested, you are interested to get the address, then you try to keep the ampersand. One more thing is, do you think address can be negative? Generally.
No, sir.
Yeah, because in your locality, no house number will be giving a number with -1, -2. It will never be possible, isn't it? Address always will be positive, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So that is the reason, instead of using %d, is always preferable and right appropriate to use which format specifier? Can anybody tell for the positive number representation? Unsigned, isn't it? It's appropriate. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
And when you do this, the 32 bits magnitude is going to be printed in decimal number system. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So generally decimal number system is very huge value, not very difficult to remember. That is the reason, again, in this much more the way of using is %x. What is %x indicates? Hexadecimal representation. Hexadecimal isn't it?
Yes.
So in that case, to represent address in more NAND, simply it is used 0x, maybe some randomly I am writing 3, 2, 4, 3, something like that. So it is equivalent to total 16 bits, isn't it? But you want 32 bits, no? Maybe some randomly I am writing. So this is whole value. Which one is better? This one is better or the decimal number system is better? Which one is better?
0x.
Yeah, so if at all you want, both are okay, but to remember the address, generally X is preferable because it will straight away give you the number of digits. If it is 32 bit divided by 4, total 8 digits you are going to see. Is it okay? 32 bits indicates how much address is going to be, how much memory is available in your computer. Can anybody tell? Actually 32 bits is for the representing this one, but coming to the address, it is slightly different. If you have 1 GB of memory, RAM, 1 GB means 1 into 10 power 9, isn't it? Respond. 1 GB RAM is available.
Yes, sir.
Is it not 1 into 10 power 9?
Yes, sir.
So how can I represent 1 into 10 power 9? Is it not 1024 locations into 10 power 6? Generally.
Yes, sir. Approximate.
Okay, or else otherwise you can say 1024 needs how many bits? 10 bits, isn't it? Okay, you can write this way: 1024, 1024, 1000. Can I write this way? 10 power 6, 10 power 9 can be written
Yes,
as
sir.
10 power 3, 10 power 3, 10 power 3, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
To represent 10 power 1024, how many bits are required? 10 bits, isn't it? 2 power 10 is 1024, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So can I say 2 power 20 cross 2 power 10 cross 2 power 10? Total how many bits? 2 power 30, isn't it?
30.
So how
Yes,
many bits
sir.
are required to represent 1 GB memory? 30 bits, isn't it? 2 GB memory, how many bits are required? One more 2, isn't it?
Yes.
So is it not 31 bits? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
4 GB RAM is 2 power 2, isn't it?
30. Yes.
32 bits.
32 bits.
Yeah, if you know the GB, it is always standard 30. Remaining whatever number is coming, simply that you perform 2 per the required value, so that you can add to 30. It becomes 32 bits, isn't it? So whatever address you are going to see in the computer, the number of digits will decide. If there are 8 digits, how much RAM is available? 4 GB RAM, isn't it? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like that, you must have a sufficient knowledge about when a declaration statement is going to happen in the C programming, how much memory is allocated, what is its address, and if at all you are trying to print, how the address is going to be printed. Okay, in hexadecimal format as well as in a linear format. Now let me start the pointers. So before I start the pointer, I'll just try to tell you there are different types, of the pointers. I can write them as pointer to a variable. All of them may not be there in your syllabus, but I'm trying to tell you. Pointer to string, then called pointer to character. Actually, both are same actually. Character or string, there's not much difference. Okay, I will write R. Third one, pointer to array, which I have not discussed arrays so far. Pointer to arrays, not arrays, array only. Then pointer to a structure. Again, we have not discussed what is a structure so far. Then pointer to a function, which we have discussed already. It is not given in your syllabus, but it is there. Pointer to function. I'll give you 1 or 2 examples on pointer to function. The last one is called pointer to a file. Pointer to file. These are the different types of pointers which are available in the C programming. You are supposed to understand each and every type, at least using 1 or 2 examples, so that it will be easy for you. Okay. So to understand the pointer, just now I discussed. All of you might have understood what is an address, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
If you do not know address, pointers discussion is meaningless. So I'm just rewriting whatever we have discussed just now. Int a is equal to 25. Then I'm trying to print percentile u ampersand a, where it is going to print only address, because I'm interested in only address. So basically ampersand here, assuming that a box is created with the name a, value is 25, the address is 1000. And in this case, ampersand a is 1000. Is going to be printed here. But if at all you are trying to assign ampersand a is equal to some 2000, is it acceptable? While printing, you attach an ampersand and a is going to print 1000, and in the immediate next statement you are trying to assign some value to the ampersand a. Will it be acceptable or not? You tell me. It is an error, because user have no control over what must be the address of the given contents. 25 remains. 25 can be modifiable, but the location of int a, the moment int a is done, 1000 location is assigned by the computer. As a user, we don't have any control over it. You are not supposed to use ampersand a in the left hand side variable. Is it okay? It's an error. Never use ampersand a is equal to. You never try to overwrite or try to modify the address of any location, which is not possible. Is it clear to all of you with this particular statement, last statement?
Yes,
Respond.
sir.
Okay, then we are talking about the types of variables now. Types of variables. So coming to the types of variables, first one we'll call normal variable or a variable. Anything is okay, variable or normal variable. So far, whatever we have done, so many programs, normal variable. So a variable holds value but not address. Is there nothing but a variable? I should write a variable which holds the value but not address is called a normal variable. So some of the examples so far which we did is int a is equal to 25, float b is equal to some 10.88, something like that. Then character variable is equal to g within a single quotes. Then I'm going to get there are 3 different locations. Can you tell me this is a, this is b, this is I think I did not write ch here, somewhere I should write here ch. How many bytes for the a? How many bytes? Respond.
4, sir.
B. What about B? Forgot. Float, how many bytes?
4, sir.
Again 4. Again character?
1 byte, sir.
1, sir.
Okay, very good. So you are going to have a 25 here, 10.88 here, then you have a G here, isn't it? So A, B, C, H are stored in the variables. They hold only value like A, F, and CH. Is it okay? Is it clear? A, B, and CH are variables which holds only the data, whatever you type. Suppose I'm trying to declare int a comma int p, where p is equal to ampersand a. Is it acceptable or not? You tell me. The moment you do the int a into a comma, it is not semicolon. So assuming that, let me remove this, otherwise you get confused. Int a comma int p, I'm going to get 2 locations of 4 bytes each, where this name is a, this name is p, and contents are garbage because I'm not assigning anything. Now what I'm doing is maybe this is 1000, maybe this is 2000. Is it possible to update this garbage value by 1000? Is it possible or not? You tell me. Respond. I'm asking you to respond. Is it okay? Which is an error. You never try to assign address of some other variable to another variable, because a variable cannot hold this underline part. What is the underline? Value but not address.
Address.
So are you not trying to deviate from this particular statement? That is the reason it is an error. Okay? Is it clear? Second is called pointer variable or pointer. Anything is okay. You need not to specifically mention it is a variable. Pointer variable or pointer, both are okay for us. Now the definition is very simple. A pointer is a variable holds address but not value. But not value. A pointer contains, is more important point is, a pointer contains address of an existing location, is most important, existing variable. You wanted to write a letter to somebody where, so far in a particular colony, address is not really given. Can you write address on your own, even though address is not given by GHMC people? Is it correct? Respond. Yeah. So until unless a location is created, an address is there, then pointers usage is not possible until unless there is a memory. always pointer must take the address of an existing variable. This is most important. This is underlined part. If there is no existing variable, there is no question. Can I have a program only with the int star p? That's it. Meaningless, because there is no declaration statement related to the normal variable. So even though you declare a star p, which is a pointer variable, has no meaning, because as long as there is no variables are existing, the p loses significance. Agreed or not? Okay, I have not discussed about this, no declaration and all. I'll tell you in a while. Is it clear? Existing variable is more important. If a variable contains address, it is known as pointer variable. Okay, if a variable contains an address, it is known as pointer variable. Now the most important, the symbol star is necessary, which you are supposed to remember this last one. Star is necessary in the declaration of the pointer. In the declaration of pointer. So example is int star p1. The moment you write a star in front of the name of the variable, you have three ways. You are writing star immediately followed by the p1, or int star space p1, or int space star space p1. All are same. Is it clear? You write star along with the integer, you write star along with the variable, or you write star between the two with a space. All of them related to p1 is a pointer variable. It is not a normal variable. It is going to store the address of the integer. Is it clear to all of you? Yes, anything is okay. Anything is okay. Int star p1 okay, int space star p1 okay, or int space star space p1. All are same. There is no difference between them. Then also you have a float star p2. Can you tell me what is the difference between int star p1 and float star p2? Similarly, I can write char star p3. What does it mean? When you have three variables of int a comma int, sorry, not int, float b, then char c. I'm not writing in proper way. Just let me rewrite. Float b, then character c. Then I'm going to get three locations again, a, b, c. Just now I asked same question I'm asking right now. How many bytes for a? 4 bytes. 4. Number of bytes for b, again 4 bytes. Number of bytes for c is 1 byte. Assuming this is 1000, maybe this is a 3000, maybe this is a 5000. Okay, fine. Then it has got right now garbage, but let me write this is a 10. This is maybe 5.3, something like that. Maybe this is some character g. Anything is okay. So this is 10. This is 5.8. This is g. Okay. Now, whenever you declare int star p1, it is giving p1 is a pointer variable. First point, it is a pointer variable. You must understand it is a pointer variable. But before the star, what it is written? Integer written, float written, character written. You must remember that. So what is written here before the star for the p1? Integer, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It can hold only the address of integer variable. Integer variable. It means, can I write p1 is equal to ampersand of a? It is acceptable or not?
Yes, sir.
Respond. It is acceptable. Fine. So it is okay. Can I write p1 is equal to ampersand of b? Respond.
No.
Can I write ampersand of b here? As per the second statement, no, in the arrow what I have mentioned, it is a pointer variable. It can hold only the address of the integer variable. Do you think b is an address of integer?
No.
Ampersand b is not address of integer. B is a float, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So it is an error. If at all you want a pointer to the float, how should I declare the variable now? Float star p2,
Float
isn't
star
it?
P2.
So I hope this is okay. Okay or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I write this way?
No, sir.
Error.
Error is it? Because it is character, no? The address of ampersand of C indicates an address of a character. For that only P3 is suitable. So you can write ampersand of C. It is okay or not?
Yes, sir.
So this is how you must be very careful while trying to print or assigning the addresses of the different variables. So in the declaration itself, you must be very careful. The pointer which I am going to declare, and it is going to take the address of an integer or a float or a character, then only corresponding declaration must be done. Now the question is whether P1 belongs to the integer pointer, P2 is a float pointer, P3 is a character pointer. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
Now can you tell me what is the size of P1? Similarly, size of P2. Similarly, size of P3. Can anybody tell what will be the size? I'm going to say again locations, right? Isn't it? There will be three locations are created. Again, it might be maybe some 10,000. This is P1. It might be a 20,000. Might be a P2. It might be 30,000. It might be a P3. The moment you assign P1 is equal to ampersand A, what is the ampersand A means? What is ampersand A indicates? Respond. Address of A. What is the address of A?
1000.
1000. So immediately the P1 is going to be updated with the contents of 1000. This is a location. It will. There is a link is established now, because this memory is a pointer variable, so that it can hold the address. Address of which location? 1000th location, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So there is a link is established between the variable and variable P1 the moment you use this statement. Similarly, the moment I use P2 is equal to ampersand B, what is going to be updated here?
3,000.
3000. The moment the 3000 updated, there is a link is created between these two locations. Similarly, when I'm going to use P3 is equal to ampersand C, what is going to be stored here?
5,000.
So the moment you write 5000, there is a link is established between the two locations. P3 is going to point to the G or a location C or 5000. Similarly, P2 is going to the point towards variable B or a 3000, or else it is going to point to the value 500. Either way you can understand. The P1 is going to point to the variable A or the contents 10 or to the address 1000. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So whether the pointer they are pointing to the integer, a float or a character, ultimately what they are going to store inside them in P1, P2, P3 address only, no?
Yes, sir.
So in that case, you tell me what could be the size of your P1, P2 and P3. Is it not depend upon the memory size? Just now I mentioned 4 GB of memory, how many bits are required to represent an address? Is it not 32 bits?
Yes, sir. 32.
So how many bytes? 4 bytes, isn't it?
Yes.
So can I say that to store this 1000, at least the size of P1 should be how much? Is it not 4 bytes? Yes or no? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, what is the size of the P2? Still 4 bytes only, because address remains always same, no? P3 also?
4 bytes.
4 bytes.
So variables are different. When I say integer A, then only variable A 4 bytes will be allocated. When I say float B, only 4 bytes again allocated, but properties to hold the floating point value or a mixed number, integer and fractional part. If I say character C, only C is a variable which can hold the character, But it comes to the pointers, all the pointers are going to store the addresses only. That is the reason, irrespective of the what they are pointing, whether it's an int star or a float star or it's a cat star, all the pointers will be of having equal size. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
You can verify from the dev C++ to print the statements after declaring. Simply don't assign anything. Simply use this one, int star, because variable is not required. Normal int means a data type. Int star means it's a pointed data type, isn't it?
Yes.
Size of float star, size of char star. I just wanted all of you, the way I told yesterday, tell me the long double data type. Similarly, you also try to print the %d size of int star, %d size of float star, %d size of, there's no space here, even though I'm writing here, it's size of, okay, in single word. Is it okay? Is it clear or not? You respond. Can you try? The verification, no, you are trying to verify the size.
Yes.
Okay, I'm audible or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then finally, I'm trying to give you one more way of remembering the important thing. Int star p is equal to 1000. Can I do this way or not? You tell me. What is int star p indicate? What is int star p? You forget about this side. You forget about this side. What is int star p indicates? P is a normal variable or pointer variable?
Pointed variable.
Okay. So when I say pointer variable, can I assign a value to the pointer? Just now we have seen in the previous example, p is equal to ampersand a. Sorry, not this one. Ampersand a is equal to 1000. Can I do this? Just now I mentioned, no, you cannot modify the address. That is what I said, isn't it?
Yes.
So user doesn't have any control over writing the address, is it? So here, whenever you declare int star p, never try to, even though it is accepting, it is meaningless, because in the 4 GB means a huge amount, isn't it? 4 into 10 power 9 locations is very huge location. Somewhere 1000 will be there, but unfortunately 1000 is not allocated in your program. And when you write, and there's a variable is created, which is a p, it is holding this 1000 here, it will point here. But do you think you will find something here? You don't know, because you are deciding 1000, where computer might decide something else for any variable, isn't it? It's something like you are pointing to somewhere which you have no idea about it, isn't it? So never use this kind of assigning the contents to the pointer variable directly. Is it okay? Existing variable, I said, no? Pointer variable must be assigned only with existing variable. So 1000 is not even existing. You are deciding, isn't it? If I make int a, then definitely some random location, maybe 3000, a is created. Then if I am writing p is equal to ampersand a, which one is valid? Int star p equal to 1000 is valid, or p equal to ampersand a is valid? P equal to ampersand is okay, because you are declaring a, so then the memory is created, there is an address called 3000. So address of a, which is the 3000, can be assigned to the p, whereas writing this is not acceptable. Is it clear? Respond. If you do not respond, I don't know whether you are able to follow me or not. Respond.
Yes,
Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pointer cannot hold, based on the above statement, value. System interprets 1000 as a value, but not address, even though it is acceptable. Logically it will be acceptable, writing that way is not correct. Okay, so somebody, some strange person will come and give money to you, will you accept just like that?
No.
Respond. It has no meaning, right? Somebody will give me money, we don't take that just like that. There should be some meaningful that. Similarly, P is equal to 1000 is possible, but it is not meaningful. Is it clear? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay, now I'm just go by the types of the pointers where I've given the first as pointer to the variable. So far I've discussed about the what is a pointer, how to declare, and what are the sizes of the pointers. Now pointer to a variable here I'm trying to discuss is a very simple definition. As already in my discussion I said, int a is equal to 25, int star p you're supposed to consider, then p is equal to ampersand. This is a valid way of using the pointers. Then also you can do the other way, or only for this statement I'm talking about, int star p is equal to ampersand. Anything is okay. Here declaration and definitions at a time. Declaration of pointer, declaration and definition of a pointer. I should write that way. Definition of a pointer at a time. Same like your variable definition and declaration. Either you write 3 statements or you write only 2 statements. Int a is equal to 25, then int star p equal to ampersand. Is it okay? Where you are going to have maybe some a, the address is 1000, the content is 25. You have some p, it could be some other place, maybe 5000. But because the moment you say int star p equal to ampersand, 1000 is stored here, so there is an error. Is it clear? Respond. Is it okay? Okay. Now I just wanted to mention about the above situation. Address of a variable a is stored in p, where p is a pointer to variable a, p is address 1000. Okay, p is address 1000. Now for the first time I'm writing star p other than in declaration. Star p is value. I'll tell you what does it mean. This is underline. Star p is a value pointed at the location. Pointed by it. Okay. So p is pointing to which location? 1000, isn't it? So during the program execution, whenever you write star p in the between, right, somewhere, I want you to printf here, printf percentile d, then star p if I'm writing here. Can you tell me what is the output here? Tell me what is the output? Printf percentile d star p. I said star p is a value pointed by it. So p is a pointer. It is pointing to which address? 1000. What is the value in the 1000?
25.
What is so 25 is going to be printed. So when I am going to use a star in between, in the middle of the program, without a declaration, without other than declaration statement, star will act as taking the value of the location A using the pointer. It is called indirection operator. I am trying to give you a heading or a definition. Indirection operator. Because you are indirectly accessing the value 25, which is available at the location A using the location P, isn't it? Indirection operator is called star. Only in the terms of usage, right? Other than declaration. So I'm writing star P means value at address P. Value at address P. At P has got some address. At that address, what is the value? That's the meaning of it. Star P internally refers to a variable A then star is value operation. Ampersand is address operator. Address operator. They're quite opposite operators. They're quite opposite operators. You try to remember these points, okay? Then let me take an example for the indirection operator. Suppose you have opposite means I'll tell you they get cancelled actually. Is equal to, that's the meaning of opposite means they are reciprocal to each other. So if you write this way, ultimately you are going to get, sorry, I just made a mistake here, it should be P. You write adjacent star and ampersand or ampersand and a star, whatever value that is automatically level. That is the meaning of they're quite opposite, okay? If star and ampersand appear one after the other, they can be cancelled. They can be cancelled. P is address 1000. P is address 1000. Star P is value 25. Ampersand P is address of the pointer. That is, I don't know how much address I made. What is the pointer address somewhere here? 5000, isn't it? That is 5000. As per our above example, that is 5000. Is it okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm trying to write one more statement. Prove that star P is equal to A. What I have just now given a statement. Now we are trying to prove that. It is given that P is equal to ampersand A. Apply star on both sides. Apply star on both sides. Then we get star P is equal to star ampersand A. Then as I said, they get cancelled. Star P is equal to A. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm rewriting star P internally refers to a variable. Star P internally refers to variable A. The access variable A through pointer P by using star P. Is it okay? We observe that star of ampersand of A is reduced to A. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now for the last topic for today's class, with this will wind up. Different forms of a star operator. Different forms of star operator. Because star operator has got multiple meanings in the C program. That is the meaning called different forms. Okay, it is something like being a student, right? Means all of you, when you come to a college, the person remains same, but you will be called as a student, isn't it? When you go to your friends group, then you will be calling as a friends. When you go to your home, you will be calling as a child of your parents, isn't it? Person remains same, but the behavior is going to be different. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, a star operator is going to be appear in many places in the C program. Based on its position where we use, its behavior is different. That is called different forms of the star operator. So I'm just writing some of the behaviors here. int star p. So what is star indicated in the declaration statement? Tell me. Star is a pointer, isn't it? Pointer meaning. Is a pointer, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the second form, printf %d star p. What star indicates here?
Value.
Value, very good. If I'm using a star in between the program, it indicates a value. Okay. Then third form, 10 star 20. What star indicates? Maybe C is
Multiplication.
yeah, star is a multiplication. So context, right? Where we are using. If you are writing a star between the two operands, it is called multiplication. If you are writing a star before the variable other than declaration statement, it's called value. If you write a star adjacent to the variable within the declaration, it's called pointer variable. Yes or no?
Yes,
The
sir.
last form which I have not used, but you can verify, maybe scanf. Okay, I'm not okay. Let me write a scanf. %d, percentile star d, which I have not used so far. Percentile d. Then simply write ampersand a, ampersand b, and ampersand c. So in this particular case, star is do not use the value. Okay, do not use the value means when you type three different variables, only first and only a and b is going to be stored in this first and second one. Third one is not going to be stored, which I have not used so far, but you can try, in the dev C++. Star means do not use value. Do not use value. This is a little bit tricky, but you can try, while executing this. You write scanf, there will be three percentile Ds. One of the D, you write star and between, adjacent to it, and try to type three variables and just let me know what you are going to see in the behavior. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me conclude with the last topic. Consider int star p, where star in the declaration indicates that p is a pointer variable. P is a pointer variable. If star has only one operand, only thing is in statements, right? Whatever I explained, like star p, then star means value. Then again, star p means value at address p. All right, means value at address p, means in the p whatever address is stored, that's the meaning of it, not at the address of the p. Okay. If star has two operands, like 10 star 20, star is a multiplication. Then finally, star in scanf means ignore the value, that is, do not read the value. Which I wanted you to verify it. So here, next class we are going to discuss multiple pointers to a variable. Okay. Then one or two more classes will spend on the pointer, then we'll go back to the arrays. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, with this I'll stop here. Just a minute. Let me